Hello, everyone. It's time for CCTU's Take 5. We are starting something new this week whereby CCTU will bring you 5 minutes on the latest trends, tools, and updates for the clean commercial transportation industry. Take 5 is a quick way to keep connected on important topics and progress while we work hard to bring you a CCTU production each month. Well, there's no better way to kick off CCTU's Take 5 than to do so during Earth Week. Around the world, partners are shining a spotlight on the actions required to promote a healthy and sustainable planet. Thanks to our partners like you, great steps are being taken to reduce the impact of climate change by cutting down carbon emissions from the transportation sector. You may have heard this week's announcement that Biden plans to cut emissions by half by 2030. The announcement is intended to reassert America's global leadership on climate action, including deliberate actions to phase out gasoline-powered vehicles. With the passage of Biden's new infrastructure plan, we can expect climate priorities to advance zero-emission vehicles and build a climate-resilient and renewable transportation and energy sector. Well, that's great news, everyone. And now I'd like to highlight 2 upcoming events, and I have brought a couple of great colleagues to give us an update. All right, well, first up, on April 28th at 11 a.m. Pacific, Black & Veatch is sponsoring a webinar entitled Fleet Decarbonization, Power Planning. This webinar will be moderated by CalStart's project manager, Alicia Lucas. Alicia, it's great to have you and would love to hear a little bit about this webinar. Who should attend and why is it important?
Sure thing, Alicia. So if you're looking to make the switch to a zero emission fleet, then you don't want to miss this 1-hour webinar with an experienced industry leader. We'll cover topics like the importance of site selection, power requirements, future proofing, and long-term resilience. So mark your calendars and come ready with some questions. Back to you, Alicia.
Oh, Felicia, thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to that event and definitely want to check out you during that great broadcast and certainly our great partners at Black & Veatch. All right, well, we have another great webinar coming up on April 29th at 10 a.m. Pacific. CalStart is hosting a webinar on zeroing in on ZEBS. This is a great report that our team put together, and our good partner, John Jackson, who will be a moderator and a speaker for this webinar, is here to tell us a little bit more about the details of this event. John, great to have you on. Give us a little rundown on what we can expect for this webinar.
Thank you, Alicia. This webinar will provide an overview of the 2020 edition of CalStart's Zeroing In on ZEBS report with featured panelists from the California Air Resources Board, Q-Trick, and Creative Bus Sales to talk about the growth of the ZEB industry over the course of the last year and to highlight specifics regarding the Canadian ZEB market and the small bus ZEB market. The webinar will be an hour long, and we'll also have time for a Q&A session at the end for attendees to ask questions to the panelists. I'm really looking forward to this webinar, Alicia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. That's great. Well, everyone, make sure you take a look at those 2 webinars and don't miss it. I will make sure to be there. Well, everyone, stay connected with us on Twitter at CalStart. Use our hashtag CalStartUpdate, and don't forget to register for our upcoming CCTU on May 21st at CalStart/CCTU update. We'll be releasing our next Take 5 on April 30th. Thank you for joining us and making Friday your CCTU day.